Hello and welcome to the CTO Show with Mehmet. My name is Mehmet, and in each episode, I will be exploring the latest trends, insights, and strategies in topics like cybersecurity, digital transformation, emerging tech, startups, and entrepreneurship. From thought leaders and innovators to entrepreneurs and founders, who will hear from experts across a wide range of industries who are driving change and making an impact in the world of tech and business. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get started. Welcome back. Today, I am discussing two financial metrics I wanted to talk about for quite some times now, especially because we always talk about the latest technology trends, how we can bring them, and what will be the benefit to the business. These two financial metrics are total cost of ownership or TCO and return on investment or ROI. I will explore what these terms mean, how they differ, and how to calculate them with some examples. And I will touch base also on some considerations at the end. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's clarify what we mean by TCO and ROI. TCO represents the total cost of acquiring, operating, and maintaining a product over its life. And by the way, it's not only in tech, it can apply to any product in real life. It's not just the initial purchase price, but also includes costs like installation, training, maintenance, and even the cost of downtime or disruption. ROI, on the other hand, is a measure of the financial benefit you receive from an investment relative to its costs. Usually, it's calculated by subtracting the cost of the investment from the gain from the investment that you have made and then dividing by the cost of the investment. Looks like a little bit complicated. We will just explain it in a while with some numbers. First, let's go to the TCO. Let's dive in calculating a TCO. Imagine you are considering buying a new customer relationship management or CRM software for your business. The sticker price might be $10,000, but the TCO will be higher. You will need to factor in the cost of training your staff to use the software, any upgrades, whether on-prem or in the cloud required, ongoing maintenance and support costs, and any downtime during the transition. The TCO might look something like this. So the initial software price is $10,000, training $2,000, upgrades $3,000, maintenance and support $1,000 per year, downtime $1,000. So the TCO for the first year would be $17,000, not just the $10,000 purchase price. Now, if we go to the ROI, here how we do it. So continuing with the CRM example, suppose after implementing the new software, you are able to increase sales by $30,000 per year, thanks to the improved customer tracking and engagement. Your ROI for the first year would be 76%. How we calculate it? So your benefit, or let's say the return of implementing the solution, was increase of sale by $30,000 per year. Remember, your TCO was 17,000. So you extract or subtract 30,000 minus 17, which is 13,000, and then you divide it by your TCO, which is 17,000, and this is where we get the 76%. So this means that for every dollar you spent, you cut back $1.76, your original dollar plus 76 cents in profit. So this is usually how we calculate the ROI. Now, there are some considerations when we do these calculations as well, especially if it is replacing versus acquiring a new technology. It's important to consider the implications of replacing an existing solution versus acquiring a completely new one. When you replace an existing tech solution, you must factor in additional costs such as data migration, retraining of staff, and potential disruption of service during the transition period. On the other hand, acquiring a new tech solution might require a larger initial investment but could provide greater long term benefits and efficiencies. Here, you need to work with your principal vendor or your system integrator to get these numbers, and you need to share also some metrics so the consultant can do this. If you are a consultant listening here, you need to ask the question to the customer about how they do things today and prove to them how this will be enhanced in the future. Also, there is something I always like to highlight: the cost of doing nothing. The cost of doing nothing is something we didn't discuss yet, and that's the cost of not doing anything or not taking action. It might seem like keeping things as they are won't cost you anything, but that's often not the case. Sticking with outdated or inefficient tech can lead to lost productivity, missed opportunities, and lower customer satisfaction. These are indirect costs, but they are real and they add up over time. I can add to this also some risks which can also be directly tied to price as well, especially if you have an outdated solution and it has a potential of being, for example, hacked, or it has security weaknesses. So this will lead to major cost later on. So this is what we mean by the cost of doing nothing. So you are not calculating TCO and ROI, you are calculating the cost of not changing things at all. In conclusion, understanding TCO and ROI is critical when deciding to acquire or replace a tech solution. But remember, it's not just about numbers. You also need to consider the qualitative aspects like potential to improve productivity, customer satisfaction, sales revenues, or decision making capabilities. Also, don't forget that cost of doing nothing can be tied to risks, which can be translated into losing revenue. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any question or any feedback about this episode or the show in general, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly by email, LinkedIn, or Twitter. I would be more than happy to answer you. Don't forget our section about let's bust some myths in tech and business. So please ask me these questions so we can answer them also in an episode. And if you are interested to be a guest with me, I would be more than happy to discuss that with you. We can arrange for that. Thank you very much. And don't forget to tune in for the next episode by subscribing to our podcast on your favorite podcasting platform. Thank you very much.